Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another Artist Highlight video. This week we have Brian Danzy here in the house. What's up, Brian? What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Come on, guys. Hey, man. Quarantining from the house.
All right. Dude, that background is hot, bro. I like that. It's
nice. Yeah, it's not mine.
No, it's all good. Cool, man. So how you been, speaking of quarantine? So anyone who's tuning into this video, during this time, right now everyone is quarantined. There's a pandemic that's going around and it's global, actually. So a lot of people are home. Kids are home, families are home and stuff. So it's a different situation. But Brian, how you been, man? How's it been going for you?
I'm good. I got a new job. So I started a new job during the quarantine. I have been social distancing myself, but I've been staying busy, honestly, with me being a musician. So with that, writing, I wrote a new song called Walking Again. Actually, and Christy inspired it, who I owe this great place to be.
Nice. That beautiful background.
I know, right, man? The greenery is amazing.
Is she singing on the track with you, or singing on the song with you?
No, it was just inspired by her. We went walking, and it's called Walking Again. And we just went walking on the lake, and then I was just like, "Yo, let me write a song about this."
Nice. So that's awesome, man. That's dope. Yeah, dude, I would love for you to play that at the end if you like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cool. But yeah, dude. So, what pretty much got you into music? Like, where did it all start from?
It all started from, I want to say, 5th grade. Actually, it started in my grandmother's her living room when I played on the piano, and I would be like just composing my own little symphonies, not knowing anything, playing the C major. All the white keys. I was Beethoven at that point.
Right.
And that's where it started. I thought I was hot. Yep. Until she came over and said, "Nope, I want you to play Jesus." So, oh God.
So she started breaking it down to you.
She started breaking it down, and if I didn't play that, it was like, "No, play this." And I was like, "Oh man." What up, Grandma?
Did she play?
Yeah. So my grandmother played in church. She played organ and piano. My aunt played piano. Kevin played piano. All of my dad's side, everybody played piano in some form or fashion. If it wasn't organ or piano, or both.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, I get all the musical stuff from my mom's side. Like, my grandma, she had 11, and they were all in. I think it was called like the Tiny Tots Choir or something like that. They were the old school Baptist church and stuff. They just sing, man, like crazy. Even now, just like they always just sing. Just sitting around. That's all they do is sing and everything. And some of my uncles play piano.
The same thing. We used to be in the living room, and she would be like, "All right, cool." My aunt, she would always be the choir director. She'd be like, "All right, Brian, you are you got soprano, alto, tenor. Go 1, 2." I'll be like, "Wait, whoa!" He always just
wait. What key we in? What key we in?
Give me some context. Yeah, I didn't know what a key was. I knew a key like locker key. I didn't know what that was.
Man, that's awesome, dude. And I know your dad is a musician.
Yeah, so he actually getting back into the fold. He actually had, I think today is like one of his like solo gigs that he just got back doing since quarantine. So he's been doing some studio work and stuff like that, and now he's getting back out there doing like live performances. So.
That's dope. I love it, man. That's awesome. So then, like, when did you realize like you wanted to like start songwriting? Because did you end up going to school for music too?
I did go to school for music. I have a bachelor's of arts in contemporary urban popular music. My primary instrument is guitar. So and I did that for you. So I got my bachelor's. It's amazing how I thought, I don't know. I felt kind of at odds at times, that's just how school is, especially college and stuff. But at times I was like, is this really me? Is this really what I'm doing? I'll tell you, not a big secret of mine that I tell people. I was like, you're passionate with something when you fail each music course twice. You have to take it over. Like each of them I failed at least one time. And if I took that perseverance and I said, no, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. I'm not going to stop. I was crying walking down Michigan Avenue, but I was still like, this is what my passion is. Like, I can't stop playing this guitar. I can't stop singing. I can't stop writing. And so that it's just, this is what I do this is my solace. So, even with me failing a bunch of times, like I thought, and they told me, it was, Brian, you're going to have to change your major. If you're like on the cusp, like failing this class, and if you like fail it, it's a wrap. And it was like, we do one last chance. And I was like, I'm going to take that one last chance to run with it. And I did it. So I have my bachelor's of arts in music. Yeah. It's my first guitar. So
that's awesome, dude. Man, bro, I love that. I mean, that's so encouraging, like, to all of the students, because getting started is like the hardest part. And then sometimes you feel like you can plateau, like you get to a place, it's like, man, I'm trying to go to like that next level in my instrument. And you just push yourself, and you got to just keep falling, like you said. And just the whole thing is just literally, I mean, it's cliche, but you just can't give up. Like you just literally got to keep pushing yourself, and be consistent with it. That's awesome, dude. Like I took I went to UIC. I took a theory class, bro. I think it was sophomore or junior year. Worst class. Oh my goodness. Like I could not get past that class. I don't know if it was the teacher, because the content was already a little tricky. But the teacher, I don't know if it was his delivery, but I could not pass that class. And then, now, look at us, now we teaching all this stuff. I think sometimes it's like the context or how you learn. Like when I started looking in other places and stuff, I started really figuring it out and actually just doing it, So yeah, man, that's awesome.
Different ways and avenues to take. I think when you get caught up on like, look, if I go to school, because I did school straight through. Or grammar school, high school, or some people say middle school, stuff like that. In high school, then college, went straight through. And I'm like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do this, stuff like that. And I failed so many times. And I had to like pick myself like this don't feel right. For somebody who's like never failed a class ever. And now you get into college, you like F. No, you did do it. So it's like, oh man, that was rough and really hard for me to, grasp the understanding of. So once I actually, did get past those milestones, it did feel like I really did accomplish it. No one can ever tell me any different, So it's like I put, and I literally did like your blisters on fingers, and so that's that blood.
Yeah.
And then there's a sweat, and it's hot outside carrying this guitar on my back. There's a sweat in Chicago summer. And then there's tears that I cried walking down that street. So, yeah.
Man, dude, you pushed through. You did it. When did you finish up?
So I finished fall 2018. I actually had one extra semester that more than what I actually had. I would have finished in May of 2018 in the spring, but I had to finish in the fall to finish up the last few classes. I think that theory class was one of them.
Nice. And then you said you got your degree in what again?
Contemporary urban pop and music. The name of the major is called CUP. So it's like a new major actually that they had made up. And it was basically to give musicians like kind of like a dip in every little thing. So you got songwriting, and you got the actual instrumentation part of it, but then you actually got the like it wasn't like I don't really know what the program was before because it kind of just started as soon as I got there. It was like, we're going to do this CUP program and so like that. And, we're going to focus on contemporary urban popular music, like today's music. And because when I learned guitar outside of my main classes, I was studying jazz, which is, older. And so like that. And we had to learn the history of it too. And so like that, part of that major. But it did focus, like once you actually, they had made some ensembles that were more focused towards like, up pop music and like today's music. They did give you context with understand where it came from, but it was kind of like more modern and with today's time because, want to be able to say like, okay, once I graduated, I understood the foundations of it and all the theory is great, but now how am I going to apply it into this world? Because people want to hear what they hear. And I want to be an artist that is received well, not saying that I'm going to conform to that, but, I do understand, like, okay, I might need to, like, put a little spin on this if I want a certain following. It's all about the following, the target audience that you want. And for me, I like kind of like the urban, more like ethereal, and so that actually, kind of music and that's kind of the field I'm going for. Even that kind of goes against the grain because today's music, what it doesn't really matter about, ethnicity, but it's trap, trap, hip hop, and stuff like that. It's kind of like, in mainstream right now. But for me, I'm kind of going against the grain, honestly, because the music that I write doesn't necessarily kind of, it relates to what my story is, and I'm kind of like, you're gonna have to, rock with it. But I don't make music for the exception from others.
Right.
Maybe hopefully the people who are listening to this, it's when you're passionate about something, it's not for the exception. So it's great when you are accepted because you're following everything like that. But honestly, the real artists who are most successful are the ones who are really like, hey, this is my music. I stand fervent on this. I'm not against food. This is what it is, and I'll be here longer than these little trap little artists will. Not taking no shame against trap artists, but I'll be here much longer, and for a time, for time to come, because like I stayed with what I feel is in my heart and what I wanted to play, what my instrument helps me be able to get out.
Really, dude. I love that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, because it's like music is individualized, but like it connects so many people. So like it is just that you're telling your story. So you can take those classes and all of that, but then you pick and choose and put together what fits, how you deliver music. That's awesome, dude. So so I know you've written a few songs at this point. I've heard some of those joints. They're awesome. Do you want to perform one of them right now? Which one were you saying? What's called Walking?
Yeah, Walking again. Yeah, let me just reference my.
Or it could be any of them, whichever one you want to play.
Yeah, I have to reference this one. But yeah, I could play a little snippet of it. Morning rain, bringing back my smile again. Haze below, there you go. Oh, yeah, in your mind, with no sense of time, just walking, walking. Hey, joy, my friend, let's go walking, yeah. Hey, joy, my friend, let's go walking. That's just a little snippet of it.
Yeah, boy. Man, that's awesome. I love it, man. That's awesome. Hey, dude, so we got to track that stuff, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. And next time, I'll have the lyrics right.
Oh, no. Dude, that's fresh to everybody's ears, man. It sounds dope. I love it. That's awesome. So y'all just got a little snippet. Y'all ain't getting the whole thing yet.
No,
release it.
Hey, buddy, help me out, starving artist courses.
Right. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, dude. Man, bro, so we got, it's crazy because like during the quarantine is when we actually started getting more students in, which was really cool. So I was like, oh man, this is awesome. So it was awesome that we started on the gear of online already. So we kind of just fed right into this time when people got to stay home. But dude, I'm trying to get those good electric guitar students. So if you want to play electric guitar, acoustic guitar, you need to sign up.
Go ahead and grab the acoustic.
Yeah,
I got the acoustic already.
One of our instructors.
So it's me, guys. You'll be able to play, some major sevens, some E minor nines.
Right.
Yeah, how warm that is.
And you just feel those chords.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Love it. So, dude. So speaking of students and things like that, what's some encouraging or motivating words that you would give to those who are aspiring to be musicians right now?
You know, I'm trying to think back. I had a student named John Carlo, and I wanted to say, like, you know, it's. I know that, you know, the first thing when you pick up or hear guitar and stuff like that, it's like you can think of all the wonderful things you can do with it. But really, I want to say, like, what does it mean to you? And that that enables me as a teacher to kind of tailor specifically to what it is that you want to get to, you know, where you want to go. But you got to know that so that I can best, you know, assist you. But I want to say for beginners, and I guess in terms of encouragement, if you've already started, you know, once you learn something, you won't forget, you know. So if you know the C chord is a C chord, you know, the C chord, it doesn't change. There's different variations and so like that of it that make it sound a little bit more like colorful, but that is underlying the foundation. Once you lie that foundation down, you're going to shoot off to the stars. And honestly, it's going to be based on what it is that you have in your mind in terms of like, you know, and when I say shoot off to the stars, you know, like they say, got this saying, you know, if you shoot, you may be shooting for the moon, but if you miss, at least you land among the stars. You know, so with that being said, you know, you take that first step and you keep going forward. And me as a teacher, I'm here to cultivate and me to help and give you all the knowledge that I had. Man, it took so much time me asking people, like, hey, please help me. Me going through those books and stuff like that, and me trying to find out, like, how does this make sense? And understanding going to school for, you know, for theory and stuff like that. I don't necessarily have a shortcut, but I do think I do have a better way of explaining it when, one, I'm 24 years old, pretty young, you know what I'm saying? So I've been doing this for a very, very long time. So I'm not too distant from, you know, the younger crowd and generation. I can tell you, hey, I personally experienced it like this, and this is how I approach it being my age. But then, you know, older students, not exempt. If that, I have more to learn in that case, and the exchanges that even more richer, you know, in that regard, because like now we're exchanging information, understanding life experiences, and that, guess what, helps you cultivate your sound, you know? So with that being said, you know, you may like, you know, I might not necessarily like the twingy sound and stuff like that. I'm more of a warm tone kind of guy. Again, when I'm like playing these, like that low E, man, just like resonates with my soul. And why? Because that's where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get the warm tone. I'm trying to, you know, morning rain, bringing back my smile again. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? So that, yeah, so for new students and stuff like that, it's all about what it is that you want to go, the journey that you're trying to get to, and let me help cultivate that. So go ahead and sign up.
Yeah, exactly. So remember, Starving Artist Courses, we teach and train aspiring musicians in the arts. Right now we're doing interviews virtually right now, and then we're going to get back to online lessons soon. So right now we're doing these interviews so you can connect and learn from other people who are already doing it. At the same time, you can still sign up because it is all online, and Brian is our acoustic and electric guitar instructor. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up. And dude, Brian, man, thank you so much for this time. And yeah, man, we'll talk soon.
All right, cool. I can't. Looking forward to it. New faces, people, bonding, music. What could go wrong? Nothing. Nothing go wrong.
I'll see you later, man.
All right.